Good afternoon. How is everybody today? Um, just seeing what's up. Nothing going on. Still eating trash for lunch and still not working. I did go to Human Resources today, but she was out at her lunch. So maybe I'll stop back later. Maybe not. I don't know. I wasn't feeling the vibe with those people the other day. But I'm just waiting for somebody to join me. Somebody, anybody. And maybe I'll talk about what's going on in my life, but it's not much, so I just really looking to find out what's going on in your lives, seeing what you guys are up to these days, and seeing how things are going. Because I'm trapped here. I'm trapped here for the next 4 years. That's definite. Maybe 5 years. So I have to base all my plans around this life here in Puerto Rico, because this is where my kids are grounded for now. At least my son certainly is. So this is it. So is life. I sit here and wait for somebody or anybody to join me. And if nobody joins me, that's good and fine too. I'm going to roll a blunt and I want to smoke that blunt. And I'll probably do that alone too. Yeah. So anyways, my jobless self has plenty of time in the day to do nothing. And I've been doing a lot of nothing lately. So if anybody has something they need done, it's local, I'm available. I gotta go look at 2 trees tomorrow for my neighbor, which I'll probably not take that job because the trees are huge and they're over her house and it's a liability and I'm not insured for that type of work, to do independent work like that. And too many people have problems when you work on their property. You have to be really careful with that shit. So I'll look at the job, I'll entertain it, but I doubt I'll take it. Only for the fact that these trees are enormous and they're probably gonna land on the lady's house. Cause I can't take trees down that big alone, and I don't have anybody else. Saw my ex-boss yesterday, Gigi. I tried to talk to him. I said, hey, think we can talk? But no, he didn't want to talk. He buried his face in his phone and maybe acted like he was calling for help or something. I don't know. So yeah, I left because last thing I want to do is make a man feel like the pussy that he truly is. That would just be so wrong of me. So yeah, he didn't want to talk to me. So I still feel like he owes me an explanation for why he did what he did and all that, but I doubt I'll ever get that. But I still feel owed. And that might be an entitled way to think or feel, but I still feel owed like an explanation of some sort as to why things got to where they got. Because, I was showing up every day, and that's for sure. But it is what it is. So today I went to the little corner store and to pay my bill. That's about $500, and I know that for sure because just 2 days ago the guy told me the bill was like $541. And today they've added $285 more to the equation. So I'm not sure where they're coming up with that amount. But I know for a fact that about a month ago I paid them $285. So I'm certain that they're adding that. So I think I shared that bill with somebody in Messenger. I think I shared the receipt with someone. I'm not sure, but I may have. So if you have that receipt, let me know. Because I'm certain I did share it with somebody for some reason or another. But this is my dessert because I had my lunch. I've been eating fish sandwiches at the McDonald's because, well, they have fish sandwiches at McDonald's. And they don't have fish sandwiches at McDonald's very often. So, because they have them now, I've been eating them quite regularly. And they're actually good. They probably won't be in a week from now. But now that it's like the first week, they're good. I think they like to have them around Ash Wednesday or something. I don't know what's going on with that. It's not my thing. But I've got a situation, a financial situation, and on top of this store billing me an extra $300. Yeah, I got a financial situation. My bank account is dwindling quickly, so rapidly, in fact, that I can't keep track of it. And I don't even know what half the charges are. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I absolutely have no control of my finances anymore. I've lost complete control. There was a time when I would quite literally log every fucking dollar I would spend. Now I have no idea what's going on. I just freely spend, and I'm so fucking just lost in it that pretty soon I'll be lining up for welfare. Yeah, that's about where I'm at. So, yeah, I really need to stop spending. And the amount of people that ask me for money is ridiculous. And I've recently been telling people no. And, the attitude that comes with that when you don't give people money anymore. Yeah. I had asked a friend for a couple bucks one day, and he said no. And so now he's in financial trouble as always, and it's like he wants money, and it's like, no. Because remember that day I was hanging around, I just needed a few bucks, I didn't have anything on me, and I wanted to get something to eat, but you wouldn't give me a fucking dollar. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, don't worry, I'll wait till I get home to eat. Hi, Stacy. How are you doing? Can you tell me a little something good? Can Stacy tell me something good today? I understand that Billy, your wonderful husband, has fucked up with the Wi-Fi. He fucked up, and he had the guy come out to the house, the technician, this morning, to do all kinds of research to discover that your dog, unplugged your Wi-Fi box, yes? And yes, you are a very kind, loving friend. You're a good friend, and I miss you. And I wish you'd come back to Puerto Rico and visit. Because the last time you were here, no, not the last time you were here. The last time you were here was fun. I visited you at the pool with your friend. But the time before that, when you had your husband with you, we had a really good time. Riding around and visiting beaches and shit, and restaurants. You guys should come back. Come back and visit. I would love to see you guys, see both of you. But yeah, Billy this morning posted that he fucked up and had the technician over there for nothing. Men. I don't know what to say. But at least your man goes to work. That's one good thing. Shit. Yeah, I'm totally going to 3 months without work at this point. 3 months. Hi, AJ, honey girl. How's my honey girl? Yeah. So let me know, Stacy, when you want to come back and visit and hang out. I'd love to see you. And sometimes from time to time, I do go down to the Coral at the Sea. I go down to your favorite hotel. and I just go hop in their pool. Because I'll tell you, they're just so lax over there. The front desk clerk doesn't really like to work. So you just walk right by that kid and you just go right up to the pool and just hop in that pool and swim around, and they don't say a word. They don't say a word. But when I go there, I always think of you, Stacy. I think of you and your husband. Room 202. I think it's room 202 or 220. The same room you get every time you come. Yeah, I do. I hop in their pool every now and then because it's right by the beach, you know. So after I go swimming, I'll just run up there, hop in, and, rinse the sand off into the pool. Yeah. But, yeah, I have been stopped by there a little bit. Somebody's walking by my house with a grocery cart. They do that around here. They allow for that bullshit. The grocery store. You want to walk home with your groceries in a carriage and you live fucking couple miles away. They're like, go ahead, take the cart. They got a truck that rides around, picks them up. People park them out in front of their house. And the truck comes and gets them. They got like 5 guys in the truck to get the carriages. 5 guys riding around. And they all get out. They pull up and all of them get out to lift the carriage into the back of the truck. And it's like, oh, wow, look at you, strong-ass men all working together as a team. It's crazy. A fucking one-man job right there, but they got 5 of them riding around in the pickup, picking up the carriages. My friend Terry pushes the carriages home. Well, he used to before he busted his leg. Now he's in a mobile scooter, so he just straps all the bags to his old man scooter and scoots home in his old man scooter. Yeah. Instead of trying to walk. And this guy's going to be single for the rest of his fucking life because he lives in a basement apartment with like 2 windows, and he doesn't like talk to anybody except his AI generated girlfriend. And I will say that he's in a mobile scooter because he fell off my actual like motor scooter bike, and he like busted his knee. And instead of like trying to walk and like, man up and do man shit, he just sits there and, tends his injured leg for the last 3 years. And complains at me about why he doesn't have girlfriends, why he's lonely. Fucking guy doesn't leave his house. And when he does, he's in a mobile scooter. Then he goes back to his rented basement apartment and sits there alone. It's like, yeah, maybe walk, because women aren't lining up to be with, handicapped men. I mean, with all due respect to handicapped people. My fucking buddy, he can walk. He just doesn't want to. And now he's got some welfare office, whoever the fuck it is, getting him a more advanced scooter because the one he has only does 4 miles an hour. And he has the need to go 8 miles an hour. So he's a speed demon of sorts. He wants to like speed in his mobile scooter. So yeah, there's that. I told him he'll be pretty attractive in that thing. Girls love a fast-moving man. Yeah, they do. I can't have the conversation enough with guys about the fact that standing around without a job, without a fucking vehicle, without a fucking place to live, sitting in mobile scooters and shit like that, walking around on crutches, injuries, things like that aren't attractive. Women don't want to be with a guy that's hemmed up like that. So I don't understand it, but whatever. I have this conversation with men routinely. Men, the same men that come and ask me to borrow quarters, dimes, nickels, dollar bills because they need things in the store that they can't afford. So they just ask me for the change. And I'm sitting here on a bill at the store. That's like $541 a day ago or 2 days ago. And today it's gone up $285. And I'm like, how is this fucking possible? I haven't even taken the thing out of the store. I've used cash or card. And the fucked up thing is I paid a bill last month that was like $285. So I'm pretty certain they're just adding that bill to my newer bill. Yeah. And every time I go to that store, it costs me money because I'm always just throwing shit on charge, or I'm buying shit, or I'm buying the people that hang around the store shit. And they got so accustomed to fucking just me buying them stuff. Now they just almost expect it. So when they're asking me for dollars and all this, lately I'm like, nah. They're like, ugh. Like, it's a fucking attitude because I'm not giving money to people. It's like, well, fuck off, you know? So I play it like I'm, I'm broke single mom. I ain't got it. Just poor me. Poor me, I don't have it. I can't give it to you because I don't have it. And I still get the attitude. So there's that on that. I'm just done giving people shit for free. Because it's just like, they're able-bodied people. It's not like, not like Buddy, right, Stacy? Not like Buddy. Because, Buddy, I'd do anything for that kid. Despite his disability, boy, he did a lot more work than these guys here do. I'll tell you that much. And, yeah, I'm supposed to go away this summer, but I don't think I'm going to now. Because, like, my bank account is fucking dwindling. And every time I look at it, it's a fucking couple $100 lower than it was the last time I looked at it. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going anywhere this summer, even though I had planned to. But whatever. It is what it is at this point. Just gotta find a full-time job. Go back to work and start saving so I can open my own little business because I'm getting tired of working for other people. Just want to do something on my own. Definitely tired of working for other people. It's ridiculous. I had to fight and go to attorneys and spend money just to get my pay from the fucking job I had last. And that was wild. Shouldn't have to go through all that to get the pay that I worked for, but here I am sitting in Puerto Rico begging for my pay. You don't have that shit in the United States. They don't do that shit to people like that. You fucking work, you get your paycheck. That's it. Especially when they fire you. They give you that shit right away. Like, don't come back looking for your money. Here it is. Take that shit and go. Here, oh fuck, they fire you and still don't pay you. And it's like they want you to disappear. It's like, yeah, I will after you fucking pay me. It's crazy how they do shit around here. The policies are out of control. I mean, like the school policies. When I was in my meeting yesterday with my son and the school meeting, just listening to their policies are fucking crazy. I don't think at any point a parent should have to be forced to interact with another parent. I think that's just the weirdest fucking thing on the planet. Never should I be invited to a school, to sit down with some other child that's not related to me's parent to have a discussion about their child's behavior regarding my child's behavior and them interacting together. I think that's the weirdest fucking thing. That's so fucking back in the 70s. Like, we didn't learn from that. We didn't learn from that. Parents throwing down in the schoolyard. We didn't learn from that shit. It's fucking wild that they would even invite me to sit into an office with the kid that bullied my son and his parents to have a discussion. It's like, yeah, I know it's a mature thing to do, but it's simply not going to happen. Like, there's tension and emotions when people's children are being attacked in schoolyards. Like, that's the last thing you want to do is put them in an office together to discuss why it is their child's attacking your child. And what do they think the conversation would go like? Especially knowing me and how I communicate. Because I would still tell those people to fuck off, their kid's an idiot. But, of course I'd be in the wrong for saying that, but the kid is a fucking idiot. I know this because I've seen the kid. I mean, he looks like a fucking idiot. But that's that on that. The kid's like 2 grades older than my son. My son's intimidated by him. Because my son is like the biggest pussy on the planet when it comes to fist fighting and shit. He will not throw down. My son is not a fist fighter. Like, he's a lover, not a fighter at all. My son will not get into altercations. That's how I knew when this all came up that my son was accosted. Because there's no way my son would approach someone and try to fight. Like, fucking ever. He's too much of a pussy to do that. He's built just like his father. And if you guys know Josh, well, then you know there's no fucking way Josh would ever just approach someone and start running his fucking mouth. Cash is built just like that. I mean, he might stand up for himself when somebody else is running their mouth to him, but even the probability of that is low, But whatever. At this point, it's over with, but another thing that costs, time and money and just stress in my life and causing my kid stress that he doesn't fucking need. Going to these fucking schools around here is ridiculous because I don't even know what the fuck's going on half the time. All the materials in Spanish, they're all speaking in Spanish. And yesterday in the meeting, they had conversations that went on for 20 minutes, half hour, where they were just talking, laughing, and having a good old time. And I was oblivious to everything that was being said. I literally had no idea what the fuck was going on. I just sat there and looked at my phone because, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I wasn't comprehending much of anything that was being said, especially when there's like 8 people all talking at once in a language that I'm like not great with. Yeah, it was fucking wild. That meeting was wild. And the teachers are crazily, like they're really good people, but they're like crazy unprofessional. Like I can't even explain it. Like I thought they had a bunch of turds working over there in the States in the schools. Like some of those people that work in the schools, you're like, what the fuck are you doing here? But then you find out why they're there. It's because they applied for food stamps or something and they don't work. So welfare office makes them work in the school as like a volunteer. So like, all right, I get it. It's just some random idiot trying to get by. But like the paid employees that really don't have a fucking clue what's going on. Like yesterday, the school psychologist walked in with his fucking pants undone. Like his fly was straight up down all the way. Like his button was half buttoned because it was like a 2-button pants. Like one button was buttoned and the other one wasn't. And he had half his shirt tucked in, half out. Very sloppy, unprofessional, and there's this fucking hot mess. They just have no professional. And the principal, fuck, man. I couldn't even look at this guy when he's talking to me. He's just a fucking ball of a mess of a man. And he's got this like white paste all over his fucking tongue and his mouth when he's talking. And it's just coming out of his mouth. And he's like right in front of me talking. And his whole mouth is just like this white paste. And it's just splashing out at me as he's talking. I had my head down and I couldn't make eye contact. And yeah, it was a fucking nightmare of a fucking meeting. And I was trying to be cordial and look at the guy, but I had a hard time doing that. And the guy's a crazy huge head, like the size of my entire fucking ass. And yeah, his lips are fucking enormous and his tongue is enormous. His mouth was just all crazy. And it was difficult. And then, fucking, I got a weak stomach for shit like that. And fucking go brush your tongue or your teeth or something. Fucking meat and you just had your lunch or whatever, breakfast, and you fucking got this mouthful of paste and it's fucking disgusting. You guys remember my buddy Cooper? Remember Wayne? He used to fucking have them, the logger I used to hang out with. He had them fake teeth from when he got knocked the fucking face with the limb. He couldn't keep his fucking false teeth in for the life of him because he didn't go back and have them fitted. So he'd be talking and them fucking things would shoot out of his mouth. And he'd always have this paste just fucking oozing out of the back of his teeth. And fuck, man. I'd be like, dude, what the fuck is that shit? All that pink shit in your teeth. Oh, that's the shit that holds the teeth in as the teeth are falling out. I'm like, the fuck is this? God damn. Put your fucking teeth in correctly. Or go get them fitted the correct way. But he would have all this shit just oozing out of his fucking mouth. And I wouldn't be able to look at him and talk to him like that. He was a good friend of mine. Like, yo, what the fuck? How you doing, Billy Jones? You fuck with that technician today? Yes, you did. You had him over your house. Fucking with stuff for no good reason. Yes, you did. Yeah, that's the first thing you do when you got fucking problems with your fucking power, your internet, any of that shit. Run through all your cords, Billy. Run through all your cords first. But at least you got some time with the technician. You're fucking ridiculous. And tell me something good about yourself, Billy. Tell me something good. AJ, tell me something good about yourself that I don't already know. Tell me something good about yourself. Stacy told me something good about herself. She says she's a kind, loving friend. And that, my friends, is true. She's a very kind girl. She's a fun girl. She likes to have fun. her husband, he does too, right, Billy? Billy, I don't know if is still in a band, but he always was in a band. So Billy's like an outgoing guy. Billy likes to go to the bars and shit. Billy likes the bar scene. And Stacy and Billy been together for a fucking dog's age. Long time. Billy got like 5 daughters. Stacy got some sons. Grandkid. The old folks is what you people are. They're good people though. You can show up at Stacy and Billy's house and ask them to make you a sandwich, and they will. They're good people. You come by and say, "Can I hop in your pool?" And they'll come swim with you in their pool. They're good people. Yeah, I like them. And AJ, Billy and Stacy, they come to Puerto Rico. Usually every year. Usually around February, Valentine's Day. But not this year. This year, Stacy went with her friends to the Dominican Republic for a girls' trip. But typically they come here. And they're fun people to hang around with when they come. So, yeah. No school for my son tomorrow. So, he's on a field trip today. He's with his class down at the museum, the Science Museum, Children's Museum in Carolina. And I was just telling AJ about that place recently because I want to take her there when she comes here to visit with me. Even though it's a museum for children, it's still a nice little spot to go. And take on a little boat ride out there. And you can see all the caiman floating around, the little like miniature alligators floating around out there. So today's one of those days where I'm just fucking hanging around waiting for somebody to tell me something good. Because I need some good news. Because I've been like in turmoil in the last 2 weeks. And in that time frame, I'm like going through a lot of fucked up things that are out of the ordinary. Like starting with that crazy guy on the road, getting into it with me. And then, all this business. My son, and there's a lot going on lately. My job and my no longer job. But in that time frame, in like the 2 weeks or so that I'm trying to go through all these things that are out of the ordinary for me to have to deal with, I'm trying to talk to somebody and start a relationship. Yeah. So that's just a fucking mess because, I got a bunch of other shit going on. I can't really put in the efforts that I need and want to because I got too much else going on. So I don't know if I'm a disappointment or not, but we'll find out because, typically that's where it ends. It's me being the disappointment in all of it. But I will say that I upset the lady yesterday in the school meeting. I made her cry and run from the room. So that's been weighing on my mind a lot, that I made someone feel shitty. So, I don't know. I think the way I communicate with people, sometimes I'm a little too direct. My mother used to say I was honest to a fault. I needed to curb the way I tell people things because the truth hurts. That's what she would tell me. The truth hurts people. So, yeah. I wanted to tell the guy at the store the fucking truth this morning when he tried billing me like $800-900. But I've been communicating differently the last few years. I'm not so quick to tell people to fuck off. like I once was. And speaking of fucking off, my laundry is 2 days deep into the rainstorms. Yeah, my towels, they continue to hang outside for day 2. And it just rained on them again. So there's that. My fucking towels are gonna just continue to get soaked. This could go on all week. Who knows? I don't know. But AJ, you are a Sagittarius. Yes, my daughter Justine is December 14th, and she's a Sagittarius. And we always got along really, really, really well. Um, and then she got distant with me in the last 2 years or so. More so 3 years. I think that her marriage to Jason changed her relationship with me, but I can't say that it was their marriage that changed it. It's just maybe she came to realize things, or I don't know what. I just know she got the shit end of stuff because I had to like grow up with her, you know. And yeah, I dragged Justine through a lot of shit. And if she hates me for it, I don't fucking blame her. You know, I put her through a lot of stuff. I dragged her to that relationship with Josh, and she pretty much had to help me raise. She didn't have to, but she did. Pretty much help me raise his kids. So that stole a lot of her youth from her. And now Jason, her husband that she's about to divorce, has also stolen a lot from her. But whether she sees that or not, because he has 2 different kids from one woman, and then 2 different kids from another woman, and then Justin with my daughter. So he has 5 kids from 3 different relationships, and he's in another relationship now. So, you know, I wish I'd taught my daughter to be a little stronger in things, but I know that she's a very strong person, but I let her down a lot. So it looks like it might rain again. Sun's out, but the wind's blowing like crazy, so probably gonna rain again. That's why I ate local today. I didn't want to drive off into a place where I'd get soaked. And I don't know. I was hoping to fix my little car, my old car that's sitting up at Ezekiel's house. I was hoping to do that this coming week because my son-in-law sent me the part I need, the carburetor. It should be here Monday, I'm hoping. But you take photos, AJ. I know you like to take pictures. There's a lot about you, AJ. You have a lot of content to you. You're a special person. You have a lot of energy and good vibes. You know, I mean, I like you a lot. I do. You know, you have a lot of good content to you. 20 steps. Oh wow, look at you, honey girl. Well, shit, you keep doing that, you might just be walking right over here to Puerto Rico. God damn. Don't do too much. Your foot will be really sore. And I don't want to get all bruised back up again, that's for sure. So try not to do too much. But I am proud of you. 20 steps is a lot. Especially since like you just had the stitches out days ago, you know. For anyone that doesn't know, this girl's foot is cut wide open on the top and on the bottom. I think there's like 107 stitches between the top and bottom of her foot. The fact that she even had the stitches out already is amazing because they weren't even supposed to come out this soon. But she's healing well because she takes really good care of herself. This girl eats well and like takes care of herself. She exercises and eats healthy foods. Everything I don't do. So there's that. I don't know. Somebody told me opposites attract. I don't know. Maybe that's true too. Because she is my opposite, I guess, in regards to that. This girl eats like spinach. Things that I'd have to eat as a punishment while I was a kid. So, yeah, she eats well. And she knows how to cook. So, but, you know, I'm, see what happens. She's very athletic. She's an athletic girl. Something I'll have to get used to, I guess. But she's making so really good progress. Yeah. I did start something, didn't I? I did. Something you don't know about me? Well, Stacy and Billy know a lot. I don't know, AJ. I guess I can honestly say that you would be the first woman that I would be talking to in regards to that type of relationship with where you're not a feminine girl. I don't know what I'm doing with that, and I don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing, but I'm doing it because I feel like a connection. I feel a connection, but I don't know. I'm stepping out of my element in a few different aspects. I've never had, someone come meet my kids like that, you know. I don't know. But one thing you don't know about me is that when I was younger, like 18 or 19, I took the firefighter's exam and I passed. And I was the only female in the state at the time that passed and was eligible to become a firefighter paid position. But I blew it off because I don't want to save people. I want them to save themselves. My son wants to be a paramedic. He goes to school for paramedic, EMT, fire rescue. He wants to save people. I used to go to school for medical assistant. One day I just had some epiphany moment in the middle of class that I just simply didn't like the people that I thought that I liked. I decided that I don't want to help sick, injured people because sick, injured people don't act right. People that aren't sick and injured don't act right. So why in the fuck would I want to lay the burdens of other people that are sick and injured on myself? So I just up and left the course. What about you, Laurie Orvis? How are you doing today? What's something good about you that nobody knows? I know that you are a pretty good mom. I know that you are an awesome mom. And I know that you took really good care of your boys and you raised great men. And I also know that you had a shitty ex-husband. I do know that. You were too good for him. And that's all I have to say about that on that issue, Miss Laurie. You were way too good for that man, Mr. Scott Hendy. Yes, you were. You were way too good for him. And I know he's the father of your child, but oh, you were too good for that man. Yeah, I let the storms pass. Yes, I do. AJ, I do. And I'm healed. I'm not broken. I look broken, but I'm not. I'm good. I have good days and bad days like anyone else, but I don't have trauma that I'm dealing with. Whatever trauma was put in my life, I faced it. I dealt with it, and I've forgiven and I've moved on. I forgive the people that have hurt me, and I've asked the people that I've hurt for forgiveness. And even though some of them did not grant me that forgiveness, I forgive them for not forgiving me. So, but there's good and bad in everybody, I would assume. But, people these days are very different. Hi, Denise. How are you, my friend? Denise, baby girl, tell me something wonderful about yourself. I'm waiting for Miss Lori Orvis to tell me something good about herself. I want you to tell me something that nobody knows about you. That's great and wonderful. Something you have not shared with others. I already know you're an awesome person, Denise. I know that, but other people may not know that about you. So you can tell people something great about yourself. I think sometimes it's nice to uplift yourself and think about what you do bring to the table, I haven't been around her much, Denise. I haven't. I've been like super fucking tired lately. Really tired. There's this girl that keeps me, um, I don't know. She keeps me coming to that phone. She does. Yeah, it's not a hard one, Denise. It's not a hard one. You're a good person. So I'm sure you can tell us something great about yourself. There's got to be something about yourself that you can share with us that nobody's known or that you've not shared yet. Because I know that you're full of goodness. I know you are. And here the sun is coming back. 5 minutes ago it was going to downpour. Yeah, don't worry, honey. I'm okay. I've been really, really tired. And like I said, there's this woman I've talked to. And she's got me about 70 hours invested here. And in the last 10 days, I'm talking to her for 10 days. And 15 days, 15 or 16 days, and I'm like 70 something hours invested in talking with this person. So don't worry, I'm here. I've been really tired lately. And I'm avoiding any type of negativity. I'm avoiding any type of conversations that are going negative because I need that for my own mental health, I don't want to put myself around conversations that are based upon negativity. And in regards to that, that's why I haven't been around much either with the shows, because I can't have conversations that are, yeah. I've not heard from anybody actually. It's funny that you say that, Denise, because I had this guy send me a message, recently, and he was telling me some things, and I went to respond to him, and he's not there, and I can't find him. And I think he blocked me. And we were good with each other. So I don't know what that's about. But yeah, this guy messaged me and told me that other people were having feelings about me. Some good, bad, and indifferent, but it didn't matter because he wasn't saying too much. So I knew that he was talking to both sides for sure, because he wasn't saying much. But he's disappeared, so that was different. to notice that I can't find him in my messages anymore, and he's not on my Facebook, so maybe he knows I brought it up. I don't know. I brought it up to a girl. Maybe she brought it up. I don't know. But, I say what I said, and I left that live up there. I said what I said, and I don't take those words back. I live with no regrets. How I felt in the moment is what accommodated my feelings at that time in space and time, and I say what I said. But it did rub some people the wrong way. Because, I'm not a long gamer anymore. I'm not a long gamer. I don't do that shit anymore, Denise, I get away from that. I got away from that because of the he said, she said bullshit. And I even got messages about he said this and he felt that. And they saw this. And it's like, well, I mean, it is public. If I didn't want people to see my thoughts and feelings, I'd just fucking put that shit as private. Friends only, but I'm not, Yeah. Yeah, I've had a few disgruntled exes lately. So, Denise, that was the biggest mistake I made when I stepped away from this podcast and bullshit. I stepped away from that for a reason because of the negativity, all the fucking fighting and arguing and finger pointing and he said, she said. So I just stepped away from it. And that was the mistake I made. It was January 1st and it was New Year's Day and I was home and I was like, I'll fucking jump on a dating site, I'll get on one of those pages where you put a picture and introduce yourself. And I did that, and it was like a mistake because it was just, I got hounded with all kinds of crazy people sending me messages, fucking inappropriate messages, like crazy inappropriate content. And it was like going to my son's phone because his WhatsApp is linked to my phone. So like these women were sending me crazy videos and pictures of them doing things to themselves. And my son was getting them. So yeah, I had to block, I've blocked over 100 people at this point just from them dating sites. So... Yeah, I don't watch any of them anymore because it's awful. The fighting, the arguing, and the fact that their inability to see where they're immature and petty. Denise, you know that? When you say it's awful and you're just watching one. I mean, it really is fucking do these people ever step outside the box and look in? Do they fucking ever? Because I step away from it for fucking months at a time. And 2 days ago, just for shits and giggles, I hop on each of their page for maybe 1 minute or two of their content to see where they're at. And they're still in that fucking place bringing up each other's names, complaining, arguing, and doing all this dumb shit. It's this has been going on since October. If you guys remember, this divide took place right before this event that this Turtle Boy and JFK show events took place down in Malden. It was right there, late September, early October, when all this, came to a head. And before that, it was great. We're going to walk down the road and visit each other's parties, and we're going to, everything's going to be great. And then there was that divide in place, and it has stayed in place. It has stayed in place all through October, November, December, January, February. And here we are in March, and they're still fucking petty streaming. What the fuck? So, yeah. So I go to the dyke sites, and they're just as fucking petty. They're crazy. They do crazy shit. And I can't deal with crazy shit. I can't deal with it. I can't and won't. I can't and won't. I can't yelling and screaming. Lie detector tests and shit. What the fuck is happening? What is this shit? Who are you proving what to? And why? This whole thing with Nan getting some lie detector test is in New York, but the guy's from Dallas. He's on probation. He can't leave Dallas, but he took a test in New York. Like, what is this shit? Why don't you just not do any of that? Why don't you just not do any of that fucking dumb shit? Why don't you just not waste money and time and do something the fuck else? Yeah. Ah, shit. Yeah, a lot of new ones popping up. Adding right to the mix. Like that Ray from Dallas shit. Just adding to the drama. Just more bullshit. People are a headache. And, yeah, they think they're something special. But they're not. And in the real life, real world, these people are fucking blatant idiots. Because they're not seeing how stupid this fucking shit looks. They just do not. They refuse to see how fucking stupid it looks. It's gone on for fucking half a year. Of just fucking arguing and fighting. Like, literally almost a half year consumed with fucking back and forth bullshit. And that fucking, the mafia girl there, that fucking Kate Peter, fucking nightmare. She's still posting crazy shit. She's still, and Karen did this, and it's like, you fucking retarded. Every piece of this case has been dissected by the general public for the last couple of years. Does this girl really think that she has something new to add to this? She going on and on about Karen, asking to have the plates run and shit. It's like, who gives a fuck? That's not a crime. It's what private investigators do all day long. It's not a fucking crime to fucking seek out someone's identity. To say, who the fuck's car is this? Who does it belong to? Why are they in this location? It's not a fucking... Yeah, that girl's fucking straight delusional. Like, she's posting as of yesterday and arguing it up today that she's writing what she's posting. It's like, bitch, you just got a big old wooden spoon and you just over there stirring. Because that's crazy. To even think that there's new evidence against Karen. Like, they're out of their fucking minds. The case has been dissected through and through. She was rightful in saying, hey, Aiden, see who the fuck owns that vehicle. Can run those plates. Yeah, the girl that ran the plates might not have been rightful in doing it in her job position because it was taking advantage of the situation. But at the end of the day, none of that really matters because you can pay a PI to do all that. I can pay a PI to say, hey, listen here, who owns this fucking car parked across the street from my house that's not moved in 3 weeks? I'm suspicious of it and I want to know who the owner's identity is. Hey, give him $50 and he'll go tell me. So it's not a crime. Not a crime. Yeah, it is a cesspool. And it's crazy. I don't go on X either, but I got so many notifications about that shit because the people that I interact with it. So every time some of my people fucking interact to that bitch, it lets me know. So I'm like, well, what are they interacting to? So I click onto this shit, Denise, to see what the fuck, And here she is. Oh, new evidence. Like, no, bitch. No, there's no new fucking evidence. What she did back then was completely legal and within her rights to fucking investigate. You're on trial for a fucking murder. Someone's pointing their finger saying you did this shit. You have a right to say, no, the fuck I didn't, and investigate your own end of it. To say, well, whose car was parked there? Whose car was over here? Oh, I don't know because they're not in it. Well, I'll run the fucking plates to find out whose fucking car it is. That's not a crime. It's not a fucking crime. The only reason why it was a crime, or it seemed like a crime at the time, is because Aiden did go, to this woman, and she fucking did, he did ask, like, hey, can you run this? And she did it at her job where she was, like, on the clock, and, it was a violation, of her policy, her work policy, to, use her job for private use. To go on, like people work at the registry, to go, use that information for private use. It's like you're breaking a ethics code, a policy at work. But it's not a fucking crime. You know what I mean? To fucking look up a license plate. That's why it's attached to the outside of your fucking vehicle. You know what I mean? The number's right there for the whole world to see because it's not a secret. It's not a fucking secret. So when people act like, oh, no, you see my license plate. Like the fucking when that guy acted crazy with me on the roadway week or two ago, and I tried to take a picture of his license plate. And he's over there fucking going retarded, you know, trying to block it so I can't see it. And I'm like, what the fuck, man, you know? Things are attached to the outside of your fucking vehicle. The fuck is this? But yeah, I think it was crazy. Kate's out of her mind. She got all these fucked up kids, you know, all this fucking shit going on. You know, ex-husband in and out of the jail because she's making shit up left, right, and sideways. So much problems in her life to be even worried about what's going on with Karen Reed. You know, like she should just get out of that a long time ago. All of those women. But, you know, not for nothing. Anyone Aiden touches, this fucking goes to anything. Any person Aiden has relationships with, even if it's a business relationship, that person goes to fucking trash somehow. I don't know if you noticed that pattern, Denise, but, like, all his ex-girlfriends are fucking toxic and fucking crazy, you know? I mean, like, really fucking toxic. Like Lindsay. Closet babies. And her fake rape, and her pregnancy, or whatever it is, or abuse, fake abuse, or her fucking pregnancy is fake. All of that shit is just so dramatic. Hi, Jennifer. Just such dramatic bullshit, you know? Yeah, thank you for sharing, having Jennifer come. Yeah, such dramatic fucking bullshit with those people. Aiden, anyone he gets involved with, it's like he attracts the toxic people and they play the part of a non-toxic person until they can't anymore. You know, like Meredith. Everyone's like, Meredith's fucking beautiful. She's lovely and gorgeous. She's everything. Yeah, I mean, one look at the girl, you can tell that she's fucking batshit crazy. Her eyes tell her whole fucking story. You know, I'm a realist. You know what I'm saying? I can really tell you that the girl's fucking nuts because I'm looking at her. She looks like the kind that's going to throw an ashtray. For sure. For fucking sure. You know, I mean, every woman that fucking this guy fucks with is fucking a problem. You know, literally. Like, literally, every fucking woman he even goes near is fucking some kind of a fucking welfare mom. All kinds of fucking problems with the state, the government, law, ex-husband, something. There's a fucking cesspool of women that he deals with. None of them are decent. And the thing is, I'm a good judge of character, especially with fucking women. I take one look at these ladies and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Fuck. What Section 8 apartment does she live in? Like, as soon as I lay eyes on these fucking ladies, I'm like, what food stamp program did you meet her at? I mean, these women are so fucking just bent, broke, and fucked up looking. And it's like, dude, man, you're living out in fucking decent area. You know, you got a fucking decent, you know, income and shit. You know, nice little house. You fucking run around these 2-bit Section 8 trollops. They're fucking, the people are mess that he dates. I mean, Meredith just looks crazy. Everyone's like, she's gorgeous. She's so fucking beautiful. Look at her. She looks like fucking female E.T. Fucking E.T.'s long-lost fucking sister. The fuck is this shit? Girl got these fucking eyes that look like a fucking alien come out of somewhere. I mean, you can't tell a girl crazy by looking at her eyes, and you can't tell a girl's crazy. I mean, shit, I've never been wrong in the eye thing. I've never been wrong with that. I say the bitch got crazy eyes, she gonna do some shit crazy. I fucking promise you. She's fucking crazy. And yeah, that Meredith chick, I don't care. She can come ask me all about it. I'll tell her. You baby, your eyes is crazy. I'd bag your head if I had to fuck you. I'd fucking bag you. I would. I'd fucking put a bag over you. I mean, I'd go mesh. I'd go with a mesh bag. I mean, I'd let you breathe and live through it, but I fucking wouldn't want to look at you. Straight up. So yeah, there's that on that. Fuck, you know. Yeah, very toxic. Very, very fucking toxic. I agree, Jennifer. But, yeah, fucking, anyone those people fucking date, Aiden, same with like fucking, you know, like Will, like his people, like his crowd, broken people, you know. Jen, like this Jimmy girl, you know, come on. More broken ass people. Like, what is this shit? Are these people blind? Are they fucking blind? Like Brilliant, the Brilliant kid, the Jay Brilliant. Come on, man. I don't fucking kid. That's the way his fucking voice is, the way he's when he talks. I can't listen to that kid. I can't listen to him. I cannot listen to that Brilliant kid. I mean, he's probably spoke a sentence that I've listened to, and it fucking spun me. I mean, he's fucking hard to look at. He's really fucking hard to listen to. And you're like, what the fuck are these people thinking? You just scrap up anybody? Just anyone? Just fucking anyone. Oh, they showed up. We were cool. We got along. We had a good conversation. Now he's my boy. Like, no, man, this fucking guy broke. This guy, like, shot his brother or some shit. I looked into this guy a little bit. This Brilliant kid, he's fucking clown. He's a clown show. Him and his brother, like, shot each other or some shit. That fucking Havel drama. I knew I'd heard the name. I said, I know I've heard this fucking name, because I went to high school over in Havel. I got a lot of connections, and I kept hearing that name. What the fuck? I feel like I know this fucking guy. I feel like this guy was involved in some kind of fucking shooting. And then I'm like, yeah, I was. He did. Him and his brother, like, shot each other or some shit. Or somebody shot at him and his brother. I can't remember how it went. I just remember it was some fucking crazy affair that went on with those people. Like, fucking, just like the G00D kid. You know, when I heard his name, I'm like, oh, I know that family. I know who that family is. You know, they're not bad people, but they broke-ass people. So I knew that guy's family didn't have a fucking chance in getting any retribution for his death because, yeah, they're broke-ass people. They ain't got shit. Most of the people from Havel are fucking broke. Shit. Havel, Lawrence, Lynn, Lowell, broke. You got fucking shit. You wanna know why? Because you gotta pay a fortune to fucking live there. Fucking what they charge for those places to live is crazy. Fucking crazy. You need Section 8 to live there. You need that shit. You need that shit. Oh, is that what it is? Somebody shot at them? So there's other people that don't like them. Okay, I got it. I just remember it was something dramatic, too. It was like some big dramatic thing about them with that shooting. I have to read the story. I did look into it a little bit. I remember it. It was a while back. I just remember they were wilding out kind of people. I have to look into that, Jen. You know, somebody's shooting at you and your brother. Wasn't it like 2 separate times, though? I feel like there was like someone shot at one. There was another shooting. Like there was 2 different occasions or something. I can't remember exactly. I just remember there was a drama behind it. And everyone was like, well, they're fucking idiots. What the fuck's going on with these people? And fucking someone's running around trying to shoot your whole family. You know? Oh, it was drive-by. Yeah, I just remember there was something about those kids being drama. Brilliant people. I wanted to dig out my yearbook to see if I goddamn went to school with a Brilliant. You know, I feel like that name sits right there. Maybe in a lower grade or something than me. Yeah, there was something weird about the shooting. I just can't remember what it was. There was something about that story that was strange. Was that what it was? They both got hit with the same bullet? Is that what it was? It was something like that? I just remember there was something fucking strange about it. But you know you're a piece of shit when somebody's trying to take your whole family out. Fucking come on, man. What the fuck? They're trying to take you and your bro? Drive-bys in Haverhill. Like, the fuck? Huh? Like, who the fuck? Like, some country shit. Suburban areas. The suburban kids, man. I remember we were in high school and we had motherfuckers running around wilding out with guns. We were in this club, Banana Max. And it was called the Banana Max. And there was this fucking black dude, Maki. And, he used to go around and tell everyone he was a producer and shit. Try to lure young people into his bullshit. Markadoo. That's what he called himself, Markadoo. And he'd tell everyone he was some producer, a New York City producer, record album. He'd get you a label, and he had all these kids trying to hang out with him, young girls going off with him and shit. And I remember Danielle Cody, this girl I was chilling, hanging with a lot. She was dating this Ramon De Los Santos kid, this big Dominican fucking kid. And he was like in his 20s. I remember he came back to school with us like 14 and 15-year-olds. He was like a grown-ass man walking around high school as a student. But he shot the fucking club up one night. And I remember I'm sitting in the fucking club looking out the window, and here he is outside the club like Jesse James with 2 fucking guns just firing into the business as I'm looking out of the business at him. I'm like, what the fuck? What's wrong with these people? Fucking just firing bullets into a club full of kids. And it was an under 21 club. It was kids. And here's this grown-ass man firing fucking 2 guns and a couple of his buddies right there with him into this fucking business full of kids. And fuck, There's suburban kids are such badasses, aren't they? Or they think they're badasses. Yeah, Lynn was really fucking bad. I was born in Lynn. My grandmother had a place in Lynn. My father lived in Lynn. That's how I knew who Randy was and shit. Because, I remember his mother and his sisters. He had a shit ton of sisters, I just remember his mother we used to run around with my father every now and then. Not together as a couple and all of that, but every now and then I'd go, to see my dad or whatever, and, at one of his trap houses, and I'd see his mother. The kid's mother, Randy's mother. I knew who she was. She was a good-looking woman, I'll admit, but she was like a biker chick, because my dad was all in with the Angels, and I just remember that fucking girl would be wearing, like, leather chaps and shit, fucking leather, vest, and she'd be done up like a biker chick, She was like a biker chick. And, yeah, my father was on Western Ave. My grandmother was on Western Ave. I remember they were right around the corner, like I think it was like Franklin Street, or it was real close. They lived, and I just remember seeing them, the sisters. He had a ton of fucking sisters. He did like 4 or 5 of them at least, and fucking just remember them when they were kids. He had a brother with a big head, big fucking head, nice kid, but a big-headed fucking kid. Cute kid, but he looked like Eddie Munster. He had that black fucking brushed back hair, came like a V. And fucking dark Italian kid, the little brother. Yeah, he was a cute kid, but the fucking kid had the head of a bowling ball, I'll tell you. I guess my kids have big heads too, according to April Marshall. My ex-husband, Jimmy, he's been with this fucking girl for like 20 years, a pig. And she got a couple fucked up kids. Her daughter's all fucked up and the son's all fucked up. But, she'll tell everybody how my kids have big heads. When they were little, she used to tell everybody my kids have big heads. You big-headed kids. She put that in the post one day. You and your big-headed kids. And I said, yeah, I know. Yeah, her kids were a mess. And my ex-husband ended up helping her raise her kids. He's still with that thing. He's still with her. And boy, they're horrible looking. I mean, I didn't age the fucking greatest, but I'll tell you, when it comes to aging in comparison to my 2 ex-husbands, hot damn. My ex-husband, when I saw a picture of that fucking man, I was like, no, I don't want to see a picture of an elderly man. I want to see a picture of my ex-husband. And they're like, yeah, this is the ex-husband. And I'm like, no, the fuck it ain't. Oh, yeah, no, this is the guy you married, had a kid with. As I'm looking at this old, busted fucking old man. He looked like shit. Then I see some old pictures of the guy from like 10, 15 years ago, and he had gray hair there, and he looked busted then. So I was like, oh, God. Oh, fuck God. Oh, fuck God. Yeah. And then the other one, the one I have the two littles with, I'm not sure what happened to him. Maybe he fell into addiction because the girl, Cassandra, that he hooked up with, she was a junk box. She was meth clinic every morning, 6 a.m. And that went on for like 10 years. But when I last saw that fucking guy, he didn't have a fucking tooth in his mouth that weren't rotted. His fucking teeth were just like rotted away. And he was all sunk looking and he just looked like trash. And I was like, I married that? I fucked that? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But yeah, I did. I did. Maybe I was high. Too high. I don't know what I was thinking, but when I see my exes, the way they've aged, the way that they've taken care of themselves, holy shit. The both of them look like they're in their 60s. Crazy. And I'm older than both of them. I have like 2.5 years on Jimmy. And Josh, don't even get me started with that shit. I got like 8 years on that fucking guy. And I'll tell you why. Because when I met that piece of shit, I was like 37. And he knew that. So he told me he was 34. And this was like in November. His birthday was in January. And he told me he turned 35. He said he had just turned 35. And his piece of shit mother and father, to trick me, they had a 35th birthday party for him. They did do that. They really did do that. I even still to this day have the birthday card that they gave to him that says, to our Joshua, happy 35, mom and dad. They gave him a happy 35th birthday card. She wrote it right in there on a happy birthday card. Happy 35th, mom and dad. Because they wanted to trick me. It was the Uncle Jim that finally, in an argument, brought it up that something that I need to hear the truth. And the truth come out up at the hospital when my husband threw his wallet away because he didn't want them to see his identity, because he didn't want me to see his identity, because then I would discover that he was 30. He had been 29 when I met him. And in January, he did in fact have a birthday, but he turned 30. The fucking guy lied to me and added years onto his age in order to fucking job me, pretty much. I was already pregnant. I hooked up with that guy. I ain't gonna lie. I fucked him at 12:30 at night. 12:25. 9 months to the day. And 25 minutes later, at 12:25 in the afternoon, I gave birth to that baby. No lie. But yeah, I was into the pregnancy. Like it was like April or something. Like second trimester when I found out this guy was, you know, completely lying to me about his age. And I was so pissed at him about that shit because I found out at the hospital when he threw his wallet in the trash because he had to show his ID and he didn't want to. And then someone saw him take the wallet from the trash, so they thought he robbed it. And it finally came out that he was 29, just turned 30 that year. I drove home from that hospital all the way up in Burlington, Vermont, back to Benson, Vermont, and left him in walking, and it was a snowstorm. It took him 2 days to get home. And when he got back to my house, the bottom of his feet was so blistered, you could peel the whole entire layer of skin off the bottom of his feet. That's how bad they were blistered from walking. But, you know, I'm going to read this, Denise. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to be lied to that way. And, there was a big fight at their house, at the father and mother's house. And it was amongst them. Their family was fighting, and I was just there. And it came out. I'm going to let my cat in. Maxwell's coming. Come on, Max. They were kind of just going after the Uncle Jim, bringing up his behaviors and saying things to him about how he was behaving. And in his own defense, he said, me? Oh, I think you fucking people need to be honest with Laura and tell her the fuck what's really going on, who the fuck you are. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, Josh has something to fucking tell you. And I'm like, tell me what? And he's like, yeah, well, that ain't my fucking business, but, you should fucking be knowing who the fuck you're having a kid with. And so I'm like, what? So, yeah, that's when it all kind of came out, too, because the Uncle Jim, he knew they were lying to me. And, finally, I did find out. Yeah, and that's crazy. I'm having a baby with a stranger. I had to go tell my family. Because, I told them that I met a guy that was 34, just turned 35. Now I got to go tell him this guy just turned 30. And I'm having a kid with him. Yeah, it was wild. The shit we do to be in love. My God. Hell no. Never again. I don't give a fuck who you are, or how special you are. I ain't never marrying on paper again. That'll never happen. I'll never do that shit on paper. Mm-mm. And if I do, oh fuck, you tricked me good. You tricked me fucking real good. I mean, you fucking stole my heart if I ever do that again. Like, really stole my fucking heart. Because that marriage was just a detriment to me both times around. My first husband and I, we were like soulmates. We were like best of friends. We used to finish each other's sentences routinely. We thought alike. We got along so well. We were like literally best of friends. And he deceived me ultimately by leaving me for this crazy ass bitch who did nothing but say fucked up shit about my kids and, crazy. Yeah. Pregnant at 49. Very common deaf kids with Down syndrome. I had all those tests, and that's when it came out. Because I was, 37 when I met him. I was going to have the kids at 38 and 39, so they wanted to do these tests, for that type of stuff, Denise, Down syndrome and such. Because the older women, older eggs. And to go into the specific area of the hospital, you had to show your identification. And he didn't want to do that, because then I would see his ID. So I got to go to the bathroom shit. So I'm waiting to go into this appointment at the door. We're waiting for him. So now he's running around pretending he can't find his wallet. Can't find the wallet. And that goes on and on. So I end up going in by myself and having that test and going through all those tests alone. And when I come out, I see my husband's hemmed up with the police. And I don't know what the fuck's going on. But I'm eating malted milk balls, if you guys wonder what the fuck I'm chewing on. Little brown balls. I'm into little brown balls, I am. But yeah, I see what's going on. They got him in a corner. They're talking to him. There's a crowd of people making statements. So I'm like, yeah, something's gone down. So I go over, and I know it's about him because he's got a crowd of people around him. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And the cop's like, do you know this man? I'm like, yeah. I'm having this baby. I'm just like, well, he's suspected of robbery. So we're going to have to question him. We're doing an investigation right now. You're going to have to wait over here. And I'm like, robbery? Who the fuck did he rob? Well, we don't know. We're trying to find out. I'm like, okay. Let's go. What's going on? Do you know Joshua Richards? I'm like, yeah, that's him. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, like that's his name. I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, well, that's fucking strange. He robbed his own wallet. I'm like, what? They thought he took the wallet out of some patient room. Out of a belongings bag somewhere hanging on a door or something. But what it was is his own wallet. He threw it in the fucking garbage because he didn't want me to fucking see his ID or for the people at the desk to announce his age or his birthday or write it down on something I could see. So he just threw the fucking wallet away in a panic. Someone saw him throw the wallet away and thought that maybe he stole the wallet from another patient or a vehicle out in the parking lot. They didn't know, but they thought it was fucking suspicious that he threw a wallet away. So that's why they hemmed him up. And he's trying to just say who he is. And they're like, well, whose wallet's this, And I'm like, if you look at the ID, the picture his license picture didn't really look like him. It wasn't really current. It was an older picture, but still, you could, clearly see resemblance. It was him. And the cop's like, this is really your husband? Like, why would he throw his own wallet away? This doesn't make sense to me. Like, what is going on? If this is actually Josh, why is he throwing his own identification in the trash? And I'm like, I don't know. Let's find out together, So then he's like showing me the ID, and I'm focused right on that picture, because that's what I'm looking at is like, why can't they figure out that this is his wallet? And it's the birth date that the cops really wanted me to look at. But I'm not picking up what he's putting down, so I'm just keep looking at the picture. Like, wow, it looks like him. This is his ID. It looks like him. Like, read the birth date. And I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. Maybe this isn't his wallet. I don't know. The picture looks like him, but geez, I don't know. And so, yeah, it was a lot of confusion for me, too. So the cop's like, well, I'm just as confused as you are. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Please help me understand. So that's what it turns out. He didn't want them to see his age. So he took the few dollars he had out of the wallet, put it in his pocket, just poof, threw the ID away and the whole wallet. Like an idiot. Complete fucking idiot, yeah. And that's what, I did the testing alone to see if my son had, Down syndrome or whatever. Because I was older at the time. But yeah, this fool doing that bullshit, like, what the fuck are you thinking? So yeah, I left him walking. And the cop said, well, what are you going to do about this? We don't want to come back to a domestic later. I said, no, there's not a domestic later. I'm fucking leaving his ass here. He wants to come up to the hospital with me and have a baby and lie about who he is. Like, yeah, he can walk his ass back home and think about that shit. And when he gets there, we'll discuss whether or not he can stay. And so the cop's like, well, we're not going to drive him. We're not a taxi service. You guys live all the way down in Benson. This is fucking Burlington. I'm like, yep, we'll just leave him. He's like, well, there's a snowstorm. I'm like, that's not my problem. He's like, so you're leaving him? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking leaving him. You just said you didn't want a domestic. I'd take him now. There'll be a domestic in the car on the way home. So yeah, I drove off and left his ass there. I left his ass at the fucking hospital and I drove home. I was crying. I was upset because I'm like, yeah, I'm having a baby with a fucking stranger. You know what I mean? I'm literally having a baby with a stranger. There's no turning back now. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, whatever, that trimester where they check for that shit. Second or third, I think it's the end of the second or something. Yeah, it was too far into it to go back, Like, what the fuck's this guy thinking? Lying to me about his age. But the uncle had tried to bring it up, by saying that in a fight at their house one time when they were the two, because the fucking uncle and my husband's father could not get along. They were brothers. They could not get along. They'd fight. And one time they were fighting, that came up, that I was dating a stranger. So I thought maybe there was something going on. I had crazy thoughts run through my head. Did this guy fucking have a sex change? Is he a trans? Like, fucking looking for an Adam's apple and shit. Like, was he adopted? Did they find him somewhere? Like, what is this? Like, what's the secret about why I need to know his identity? Yeah, his credit score is fucking ridiculous. You want to know how I know? Because in the divorce, it destroyed mine. It destroyed mine. And, I'm going to tell you why his credit score is so fucking low. Because this fucking piece of shit, when I married him, and I was all excited to file my taxes the first time as a joint filing, because I figured, well, that'll net us a few dollars. Oh, fuck no. This motherfucker had misfiled for fucking 8 prior years. 8 years he fucking misfiled, and he owed the fucking government big money. And he told me he hired a guy to do his taxes. I'm like, what moron did you hire that misfiled 8 years in a row? But I ended up getting all my fucking taxes yanked out of me. And I had to go through this huge process of filing these injured spouse forms and all this shit through the courts. It went on for fucking years because that guy had the worst fucking credit score imaginable because of the fact that he didn't even file his fucking taxes correctly for almost a decade. Literally. And he owed the government so much fucking money that they just kept peeling our taxes away from us every chance they could. Garnishing wages and everything once they discovered we're a married couple with an income. It was fucking ridiculous. I married into that nonsense. I literally married into that bullshit. So you run my fucking credit, forget it. Fuck, man. They run my credit, I'm worried they're going to put handcuffs on my ass. Like, seriously. And my first husband was no fucking better. That man didn't know how to pay a bill. He just sat back and let me handle it. I paid the rent, I paid the bills, because if I didn't, they just simply didn't get paid. He bought booze, he bought weed, he bought food. That was it. He didn't do anything that was responsible. He didn't know how to fucking pay a bill. He didn't know how to go fucking pay a bill. Yeah, the IRS takes forever, but not when you owe them. When you owe them, they take that shit real fucking quick, Denise. And I learned that the hard fucking way. Marrying into that. And, yeah. And you know what's fucked up? The guy's never had a license. You know that? Mr. Unforgettable? He's never had a fucking license. His ability to even apply for a license was taken away when he was like 12 because he riding around in stolen cars all over the fucking, neighborhood when he was a kid, and he kept getting thrown in handcuffs. So his fucking ability to apply for a license was stalled and taken back when he was like a minor. Like, he couldn't even apply for a license because he had so many infractions as a minor against him. I mean, ridiculously. And, his mother, God bless her, she was a nice woman, but she didn't parent. She let him run the fucking streets and do whatever the fuck he wanted. The only one they kept a leash on was the daughter, Leela. Tom and Jimmy did what the fuck they wanted. They just ran the streets and did whatever the fuck they wanted. And Jimmy was popping up cars at 10 years old, riding around stolen cars all over Len, as a fucking teenager. So by the time he was able to get a license, he wasn't able to get a license. And yes, we slept with our boots on. I slept with my boots on the whole entire 12 years I was married to that man because there was always fucking cops looking. Always fucking cops looking for us. I mean, my husband was always wanted. We moved so many fucking times, so many different cities, so many different states. We lived on the fucking lam. I slept with my fucking boots on because I knew my door was going to get kicked in one of the nights, because he was always fucking wanted. Always. It was never fucking ending. I mean, that's why I sleep like 3, maybe 4 hours at a time still to this day. Like I'm up like an owl, like, who? Fucking who? Like, I cannot fucking sleep because that's like a trauma that stays within me. Because that guy, I mean, if we didn't have people coming to our house to kill us, we had the cops coming to arrest us. So, yeah, he was a piece of shit. Anytime people are coming to kill you and your family, you're a piece of shit. So, yeah, I'm in it with this guy, and I'm like standing by him because he's my husband. People are out trying to kill us. People want us dead. The cops are coming to take us to jail. And I'm like standing by this guy because, love and immaturity do these things. But in retrospect, to go back now, I'd be like, fucking see you later, you piece of shit. Go deal with all your shortcomings because you brought them on yourself. Because when I met him, he came with warrants. We used to hide on our dates. We'd be out on dates hiding. First date, cops drive by, we're hiding, ducking down in the car because the police are looking for him. I mean, let's be real. I had no business in that relationship. I should have saw the fucking flags that were whacking me in my face, but I liked it. Whatever was going on, because I fucked it and married it. But yeah, that fucking guy. First night we went out together, he was walking around with a bottle of Goldschlager, fucking walking around drunk, arguing with people. I took him to a concert with my mom and her husband or boyfriend or whatever. And it was like a Nickelback concert, I think. And I'm going to tell you, my fucking drunken husband went up to this fucking girl and was like, you little fucking whore, you trollop. Who the fuck's your daddy let you come down here and just concert dressed like this? And the old man standing with us says, I'm her father. And who the fuck you talk to my daughter like that? He says, I should knock you the fuck out letting your fucking daughter come down here in those fucking booty shorts and that fucking little bar shirt. She looks like a fucking trolloping whore. I should fuck you up. My husband's just straight up fucking going off on this guy because of the way his daughter looked. You know, my mother's like, yeah, get a hold of your husband. And I'm like, yeah, no. I'm fucking, see you later. Fucking out of here. You know, yeah. He's like in this lady's little 15-year-old's face. Like, you fucking little whore. You know, look at you, you dirty bitch. The way he was speaking to that girl, my mother was like, what? My mom, I never seen a shit like that. She was like, what? Yeah, he was always drunk, always ready for the party, stuffing pills up his nose, coke, you know. He liked those buttes. He'd fucking do those buttes and get all sick and shit. He was a waste of big time decades of my life. Him and Josh. I threw so many years away with dumb men. Dumb men that did dumb men things, you know. And fucking Josh was no better, you know, with the like drama. He like beat up his mother's house all the time, put holes all in the walls and stuff. Like immature, you know. Fucking people. He would always try killing himself. Like my second husband, he had this thing where if he wasn't getting attention, he'd try to like kill himself. Yeah, a lot of pills up the nose. My husband he loved his crushy crushes. Crushy crush. All fucking day long, crushing pills and sniffing pills. He'd do them all too. Do them all. He didn't give a fuck. Whatever the fuck came his way, you know. But, yeah. The fucking stuffing coke up his nose every night, you know. Substance issues like crazy. Partying. And like my second husband was mentally fucking disturbed. Always tried to kill himself. It was like a Sunday afternoon. I was like making a roast, and he came home from his mother and father's house after some big blowout they had about him putting the garage on level. On this one of those portable garages. I guess he installed it and it wasn't level, so they had this big fight about it. And he comes home and he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna kill myself." And I'm like, "Why? Because your mom and dad are mad at you? You're like a 30-year-old something man. Who gives a fuck what your parents think? They're fucking just crazy anyway." And he's like, I'm going to go out in the garage, in the barn, and I want to go in the barn and have a cigarette. So I'm like, okay. And like hour goes by. So I says to Justine, can you go get Josh and let him know dinner's ready? And I don't know why she said this, but she goes, no, I don't want to go get Josh. Hopefully he killed himself. And I said, why would you say that? She goes, well, I don't know. He's been in the garage smoking a cigarette for an hour. Maybe he killed himself. She's like, I don't know. I hate him. Literally. And then I go out in the fucking garage, in the barn, and there he is fucking hanging himself. He has got up on 2 sawhorses, put a rope around his neck, and he's gone kick the sawhorses up from under his feet, and he's like hanging there, trying to like kill himself. And I had to run in the house, and I'm like, call 911, you know, and I got little babies at the time, like 1 and 2, so I'm like, Justine's calling 911. I'm out there trying to get him off this rope. He's like kicking me in my fucking face as he's like swinging from this rope by his neck. He's like kicking me in my face. And this young cop comes in, he's like trying to cut him down, and he's like getting all kicked in his face too, and we're trying to put the sawhorses back under his feet to give him leverage, but he just keeps kicking them away. And finally he cuts the guy down, and my husband lands on top of this cop, and they wrestle each other, and my husband runs off fucking injured with like a laceration to his neck. He runs off fucking injured, and the cop starts fucking panicking. Like fucking straight panicking. He's like in his police car calling his parents, asking his parents for advice. Like he's talking to his mother in his fucking cruiser and waiting for other cops to come help him. And they're like trying to find him, looking in the snow for footprints or whatever. And this search went on and on and on. I mean, they had a helicopter and everything for this fucking bozo. And eventually they found him up in the mountains in some fucking abandoned camp that he had broken into. He was like staying in there. It was fucking insanity. And like the uncle had to take him to like the mental hospital with the cops and stuff. So they like brought him to the mental hospital, and he was like all curled up in a ball on the fucking floor in the corner, and he wouldn't talk to anybody. And I'm like, I married this? Like, this is the father to my kids? And people keep telling me, you gotta work it out for the kids. They need a dad in their life. I'm like, fuck this, man. This is a fucking joke. Like, what the fuck? They need a man. I'll get a man. I'll find a man, but I can't have this. So then I got rid of that situation, and then Jeff come along, and I'm like, I had known Jeff for over a decade. He was a friend of mine and my first husband. So I said, Jeff, you want to help me raise my kids? You want to be their father figure and help me raise my kids and stuff? And he's like, yeah, I'll do that, you know. So that was like our agreement. He would help be the father figure for my kids. And that worked out somewhat. Even though he was very like avoidant type personality, he would disappear for weeks and days at a time with no explanation as to where he went or what he was doing. But I didn't feel too disappointed because I didn't have like a romantic connection to him. So I didn't like give a fuck. But I will say that he certainly fucking deceived me toward the end. Hey buddy, how was your day?
Good.
Good. I'm talking to my friends live, so if you want to say something live to anybody.
Nope.
No, he doesn't. But yeah. A lot of deceit in those marriages, so I fucking won't do marriage again because that shit was crazy. With the shit they went through. I'm not gonna talk much about marriage or his father. He's home because I'm gonna tell you right now, they didn't even know who he was until a few weeks ago when they asked me, like who their father is, and I told them it's this guy Josh, and I showed them a picture of what he looked like and shit because they had never seen him before. But yeah, I never brought up anything about the guy because I have nothing to say about him because he's not been present or supportive or available, or he doesn't know them. Like, he wouldn't recognize them if he saw them. Like, if he went into a store and bumped into my kids or stood beside them, he would not know that those are his kids. Like, he would not know that, you know? Like, he does not know who my kids are. He hasn't seen them since they were 1 and 2, and they're almost 14 and 15, and they're 13, 14 now, so... But yeah, yeah, really bad marriages. So I won't ever do that again. I'm gonna get off the phone. My son's home. Go see what's going on with him and say, what's up with him and see how his day went. He went on a field trip. Went down to the Children's Museum down in Carolina with his friends in his class. It's a science museum, and it's actually really cool. It's like it's a children's museum, but it's really geared for everybody. It's a family place. You can go there with your whole family and have a good time. They have a petting zoo. They have like like little boat rides. You can take a boat ride. They also have paddle boats you can take, and go karts and shit. There's a lot of stuff inside. Yeah, I'm gonna get off. It's good to see you guys, and yeah, Jennifer, I'll try to hop on tonight, okay? I really will. I'm just trying to avoid any negativity right now. I've been exhausted. Like I said, I'm talking to this girl, and AJ, and she's, we have a lot in common. I like her, she's a great personality. We make a lot of connection. We've been talking in the last 15 days, like 75 hours. But, she's not particularly my type, so to speak. I typically like to date a feminine type of a woman, and she's not that. So I'm out of my element with her big time. But for whatever reason, I really like her and I feel a connection. So I'm going to give it a try. So this woman has plans to come and see me in May. And we'll see how it goes there. But as of now, yeah, I do really like her, and I have a lot of attraction for her. Her personality is like spot on to what I'm looking for in a person. But I think I have to either get over the fact that she's kind of a sporty type girl, like tomboyish, or not. It's going to be one or the other. But I want to be true to myself and to her, and be fair to her too. So we'll see how it goes when she comes. But I continue to talk to her and build with her. And so, yeah, I've been a little unavailable to the show and to, you know, phone conversations with other people and such lately because I've devoted a great deal of time to this girl. And I enjoy our conversations too, you know. I really like having conversations with the girl. And I'm significantly older than she is, which is concerning because she's 37. And, you know, yeah, of course I'm going to mention the girl. But Mr. Unforgettable. But, yeah, you know, I'm going to be 53 in June. So it is concerning that, you know, I hook up with somebody and 5 years from now, I'm going to be really, really old in comparison to this person. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I do really like her, and you know, I'm hoping it will work out. But definitely stepping out of my element, you know. So, but I love you all, and I'll see you at Jennifer's show. Jen, you going on tonight? I don't know, but if you are, send me a link, and I'll try to hop on with you. Hi, D. How's D Mac doing? I'm getting off live now, D. I know you just joined, but I'm gonna head off and get on with my day. But yeah, you're gonna send me a hat. This, yeah. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I am. Yes. Yeah. I guess it doesn't really matter after 30, you know, or even in your late 20s. I guess it just doesn't matter. But yeah, yeah. Go on Jennifer's live tonight, guys. I'll go on. I'll see you at your time, 8 o'clock. 7 your time, 8 my time, actually. Sorry about that. So, yeah, she'll be on 7 p.m. most likely if she's going our regular time, Jennifer. And then it'll be 8 o'clock here. But, yeah, I've invested 70-something hours with this Miss AJ I've been talking with. So, there's got to be some kind of connection to spend that many hours talking in a 15, 16-day span. So, we'll see how it goes. And, I love you guys. You're awesome people, and happy to see you guys. And yeah, I'm alive. I've been hiding out. I haven't done any lives lately. I haven't done much of anything lately. You know, I've been exhausting myself with all the shit. And crazy shit with my son at school, and you know, yeah. So, yeah, AJ, I know, baby girl. AJ's my honey girl. She is. She is my honey girl. I do like the lady. I do. I do like her. But you know, there's concerns. You know, I mean, fuck. I'm 52, almost 53. This girl's cute. She could be with, you know, anyone she wants. She don't need an ugly old Laura. But I don't know. I do like her. And she's watching now, so she heard her name. She heard her name. But we'll see how it goes. She's coming to visit me in May, and she's actually gonna stay, you know, the duration of that month. Because in June we're gonna go down to Florida for that week to that event I'm gonna go to, and that's kind of how we met. It's like she was on somebody else's comments, a mutual friend that we have that's actually not a personal friend. This is just like a content creator that we both follow. And she was putting it out there that she would like to go to this event with this person that's put it out there that they were looking for people to go to the event with. But the person didn't respond to her. Yeah, the Dyke Fest. So I offered that she come with us because I knew that I had a spot available. And yeah, so she was like, message me so I can see if you're a real fucking person, you know. And I like that right away because, you know, most people want to play that game. They just send pictures, so. But anyways, yeah, I ended up talking to her with no intentions of hooking up with this girl at all or anything, but just to invite her simply as a guest so that she could go to the festival and meet other people and have a place to land with some, you know, familiar faces. And I don't know. we just get talking and talking and talking. And before you know it, I'm 15, 16, 17 days into it now, 17, I think, into it now. And I'm like 75 hours invested in conversations. And she has not sent not one inappropriate picture. She has not done any of those things. Um, you know, which has been a problem for some of these people respecting that boundary with me. So she's not done any of that, sending fucked up pictures, or hasn't had any like fights and arguments with me or anything like this. So we'll see what goes. I really like to go. But I certainly don't want to change how somebody is. I don't want to take somebody out of their comfort zone. And that's my biggest concern. I'm going to go find my friends, hang out with my kids, do my afternoon routine. If anybody wants to meet up, talk, bullshit, call, message, anything but send nudes. Anything but send nudes. Because I can't have the nudes. And I'm still getting the nudes. Yesterday, me and Pito said I went through my messages and I unloaded like 40 more unread messages. And I'm going to tell you right now, we only clicked on to like 6 of these fucking messages. And they were fucking content that I've asked these girls not to fucking send. They're fucking still sending pictures and videos of inappropriate content. And like I said, I can't have that. My son's phone literally links to my phone. It's through my phone. He sees those fucking pictures and videos. And he's 14. I don't know why some grown woman wants my 14-year-old son to jerk off to them, but that's what's happening for sure when he's getting that fucking content. So yeah, yesterday, me and my buddy, we went through my phone and we just cleared all kinds of, just messages from people, mostly that I met on those dating sites. And some of them, it was the first message they ever sent me. Hi, how are you? And then tits, picture of tits. Like, not even telling me where they're from or asking me about myself or where I'm from or nothing. Just here's my introduction, picture of my fucking tits, And I'm like, I mean, that puts you right. That doesn't even put you at the bottom of the list. It takes you off the fucking list. So, yeah, that's that. So yesterday I did a big cleaning. I cleaned house in my messenger. So if somebody's out there saying I didn't read your message, you're right, I didn't. I cleaned house. If I don't physically know you in the real world, like I don't fucking know you, yeah, you got deleted. Anybody that sent me a message to that fucking, because I met him on an app or anything, it was like, see you later. Because, yeah, I can't do that. And as much as I love inappropriate content, because I do love inappropriate content right in my bed. In the flesh, but I can't when it's linked to my son's phone, and that's just it. His phone is linked to mine. It has to be because he needs it for school, and that's how they get a hold of me through the translation. You know what I mean? Through his phone, he has a translation device. I absolutely cannot have naked women pictures, and the dildo pictures, the videos. The next one that does that, I'm sharing that shit. I'll share that shit live. I will fucking share that shit and I'll take the strike. I will literally take the fucking strike. I'm sharing that shit. The next girl that sends me a video of her fucking stuffing a vibrator into herself, I am sharing that video. So don't fucking do that shit. Because I've asked you girls not to. And the next one that does, I'm fucking sharing that shit. You fucking send me a picture of your vagina wide open. You send me a picture of your tits. I'm posting that shit. I'm going to post it. And I'm going to let everyone know that this is what you do. So don't fucking do that. Because I've asked over and over and over and over again. And like I said, just yesterday, me and Pito was going through my phone. And I mean, the inappropriate content, the amount of shit sitting in my phone that my son could potentially see, which all he has to do is click on the messages. He will see all that fucking shit. I don't want it. You want to show me your ass? You do? Really? Well, come to my fucking door. Come to my house and show me your ass in person in my bedroom. But do not send that shit to my fucking phone. Because I will share that shit next time. That's the plan. I'm fucking sharing it. Show everybody your ass. Show everybody your tits. Let the whole world know. Because it's a conversation I keep having. And I've even put it on the fucking dating sites that I put my profile on originally to not fucking send inappropriate content. Yeah, I will expose those hoes. I will. I will put that shit out there. I will put that shit out there. Because this one video, this girl spanking herself. She's fucking spanking her fucking self. And then the next video she sends, she's stuffing her fucking turkey. I'm going to fucking share that shit if she sends one more fucking picture. I don't give a shit. Because she sends a lot of crazy pictures. But those two videos of her fucking whacking her ass and the fucking video of her fucking with her dildo, I'll fucking share that shit. I've told this bitch over and over again. And I told her I'd block your ass. And she goes and comes on her second profile. Because she has two profiles. But they're linked. They're linked. Because when I blocked one of them, the other one wouldn't work. And, yeah. She's been told. I will fucking share that shit. Embarrass her. Jennifer, I'm going to show you anyways. I'm going to send that to you anyhow. Just because. You can show your husband. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'll see you tonight, Jennifer's show. Go on, Jen Unforgettable. Tonight, guys. I'll see you there. Me and AJ will watch. Talk about something positive. Uplift me. Yeah, I'll see you guys tonight, 7 p.m. your time, on the Unfiltered Corner. I'll be in the chatting you guys up while Jennifer's doing her magic. See you tonight. Love you guys.